Hey everybody,
Look at Bob Barnett.
Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. We are here on a special Thursday
Oh
edition
man, I'm scared.
of the Roundtable. I still can't find it to share it. Y'all sure I'm sharing it the same way, Tyler? There we are. Okay. Special Thursday Roundtable. We've got Rick Irving, who's my co-host.
Who?
Rick Irving, Steve Lamb,
What's your real name?
Al J. Haywood, Sean Chastain, and Bob Jameson visit Fort Worth. This is like a WBAP reunion.
A lot of Fort Worth stuff here.
Yeah.
Tons of it.
Yeah.
It is great. This is we haven't been together like this.
Oh wow.
It's been 4 or 5 years, I guess.
And and for those who are watching, a cold front has not come through despite Al J wearing
Boy, you are bundled up.
Well, I'll explain. The control room at the station. The control room is very, very cold.
Oh, they can still afford to pay the AC? Your company's
I'm not going to go there.
I'll go there. I don't work there.
Do not go there.
I don't have a problem going there.
Don't do that to me. What are you, crazy? Yes, radios go through a rough time. The broadcasting, TV, networks, radio, whatever you want to call it, is rough. It's rough.
All podcasts now, streaming.
But the thing about podcasts, there's only 5% of podcasts are profit. 95% are very unsuccessful.
Could be in the 5%, isn't it?
Yeah, God, except for Larry and
Damn
Fort Worth
Lamborghini out there
Memories.
getting detailed right now.
Exactly.
The problem is that there's 6 media companies that own 95% of all radios.
That's a big problem.
Yep.
That's a big problem. It's called almost on the money.
In podcasting and broadcasting, there's cash flow. It's either positive or negative. I think most of it right now is negative.
The cash is still there. It's just going to different areas. It's not going to radio and TV. It's going to radio plus streaming, plus podcast, plus TV, plus newspaper, plus article. I mean, it's so spread out, spread so thin. No, you're fine.
And you got so many eyeballs, and you try to capture those.
Mhm.
And it's frustrating.
Oh, it's very difficult.
Larry's got 135,000 just on,
Our total reach is 250,000.
Is that right?
and that's unbelievable for Facebook.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
But you got to do the same thing every day. I do lives 7 in the morning, 3 in the evening. I post 24. I devote 15 hours a day to my group.
It's very difficult. You just don't turn on the mic and say,
No.
and do a 30, 45, and an hour long deal. It takes planning and it takes great talent like we have here in this room today.
Absolutely.
I devote 15 hours a day to eating and sleeping.
Did I say that? Good. See, this is Sean. That's great. Steve Lamb devotes his entire day of traveling the world.
No kidding.
God, have you ever seen anybody like that?
Geez, man, I follow him on
You're supposed
Facebook.
to be an angel fan.
In fact, as soon as this wraps up, I'm hitting the road.
Now,
First of all,
he ends every one of his posts, living my best life.
Deborah's got.
It makes me want to do. It makes me want to piss on his post.
Yeah.
He drove up in a golf cart.
Deborah's got, the Benjamin Button syndrome.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
getting younger and better looking all the time.
Deborah
that's
Ferguson, NBC5, Deborah Ferguson. That's right.
You ever went to Tech? Not Texas Tech. I mean Technical High.
Yeah.
Right here.
Trimble Tech,
Trimble Tech.
and then went to TCU
PhD.
and Target because she worked her butt off. Not somebody who had a lot of money to pay for. What would his tuition been then? Maybe 20,000
Back,
We're at
in
TCU.
90s. Probably.
I don't know.
And
TCU
now
was
it's
125 an hour when I was about to go,
Yeah.
or I went to summer school. Actually, I didn't go. We had a pop final, I maybe drinking with us.
Not you. No, not he.
Anyway, 6 weeks, I took a course called abnormal psych.
How long
And he was plenty abnormal.
How long's it been since y'all worked together?
Year and a
I
half.
got blown out 2.5
That was
years
years
ago.
ago. So all of us together. Yeah, 2.5.
And John Henson, he's been gone a long time.
John's been going a long time.
Well, so it was.
Like 20
He was
left.
actually still gone. He hasn't joined us yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is John?
I got blown out 2.5 years
driving.
ago, but that
Was
was
driving okay?
They took me off the morning show 2 years before that, so 4 years, 4.5 years.
Yeah. Been a long time.
And
Well-
Bob here, he's
Visit Fort
kind of
Worth.
in this honeymoon phase of retirement.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. You know, and I'm amazed and honored to be crashing the WPAP.
Oh,
reunion
wow, that's
here.
great.
You know,
It's great.
well, I'm thrilled to be here. You know, and it is great.
Did you
You know,
listen?
which of these is not like everybody else? You know, and so
Did you listen? Were you a fan?
Oh, yeah.
He cringed whenever y'all were talking.
What?
So
I've always been
what are you gonna
interested.
do to Say something bad about Fort Worth.
I've always been interested in a listener's perspective on what you thought of what we were doing on the morning shows.
well, you know, I had a small window in terms of my drive to the office, but I was always listening to you guys and loved listening to you guys. You know,
I just signed a new 1-year contract. I mean, this is like yesterday, and you know, as I said, my boss, I've got 2 of them, Bruce Collins and Dan Bennett, and Dan is
Well, you've only got one.
well, yeah, but Dan runs
the other one just
Dan runs Dan runs the cluster, so he signs off the check. Stop it! Don't go. Why go there?
I'm just if
Why go there?
we're gonna be
But
honest
he's
here,
still over
well,
there.
we asked our listeners or viewers.
Yeah,
They wanted
Oh,
Bruce to feel.
PD. Program director. Dan Bennett is over Bruce. So yeah, it's all a consortium of ideas and stuff.
Sugarcoat it any way you want.
Well, the
He's not
the ink's just drying on his contract.
Yeah. So but what I was going to say is I forgot what I was going to say now. Thank you.
You're how old?
Yeah. So all I asked Dan is because I was asking Bob about, I was going to ask him about retirement.
Yeah.
And Dan asked me the same thing. I asked him. Dan's 72 and I'm 73. And he said, how long are you going to do it? I said, I don't know. I said, I get up and I still love what I do, but I have a different motivation because after the heart transplant, I had this kind of come to Jesus meeting literally. And it was such a great feeling about being alive still and about being able to work and do this. I love going to work. I don't love getting up at 3:15, nobody does, but I love going to work. I miss these guys,
Yeah.
but the people I work with now, like Ernie and Monty, God, and what's that guy's name? Monty. But Carla and Brad and Joseph, and it's a wonderful group of people I love being with every day, and so that's why I'm doing it. Plus, I don't want to get up and wake up and. Who wants to go to Santa Fe and around the world like Steve? Nobody did. Nobody wants to do that.
Personnel,
Kurt,
Mayor,
keep on,
Big Ben.
keep on.
And in fact, I told Al over Labor Day that we're never going to make a trip out to Big Ben.
Yeah.
We've gone there in our 33 years of marriage. 33.
53.
Yeah.
You married her when she was 10.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, she's 12.
I remember the courtship.
I read once, and you've been there, but only 10% of the people that claim to be Texan have ever been to Big Ben.
I've
Never been.
Sean was telling me he's never gone, and I said, we need to look at the motorcycle.
I do have to say I've been to Terligua and Lajitas.
That's close.
That's very close to
But
Big Ben.
you don't remember because you were in the back of a camper.
Well, the camper's right. The drinking's right. Yeah.
I wasn't with you, but I heard the story.
Just in a puddle of chili
It
and
was.
beer.
Hot show.
Well, you hope it was chilled.
You want to, people say God is perfect. He doesn't make mistakes. He made one around Terligua. The phone rang on him or something. He picked it up and forgot to finish it.
Man,
And
Something happened down there, but people
Yeah.
love it.
I mean, going out that way, there's nothing. No, you think about it in like going through New Mexico and stuff. There's nothing, but it's beautiful. That desert,
Yeah. There's something about it.
West Texas.
Yeah, what happens when you cross the line though? It becomes beautiful.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And if you think it's hot here, I can promise you in Terlingua, they're close to being down on the river.
Yeah.
It is really hot there. And although it's a dry heat.
Is it?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But our place, Escape, has been Marathon forever. And Marathon lot of people don't know is it's 4,500 feet above sea level. So you go there
Oh, that's
in the
right.
summer
I
and in
forget
the
that.
evening.
Yeah.
It's very pleasant to sit out.
Ann and I've talked many times about going out there because you did. You've done it so much.
Well, I'd ask you to go on a road trip, but getting you to commit is hard to do.
And I'm married. What are you?
You want
Are
us
you
to
coming
go
out?
back to yeah.
Are you coming out? Yeah.
No, I've been on road trips with you.
Hey, did y'all see where AOC is going to have her eggs frozen in case she wants an abortion later on? And it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard or seen in my life. I don't know why that popped into my head. It just did. Is that great? Haywood here, I got to tell people. Now, Haywood is the funniest man I've ever known in my life. We've been friends many years, but the first time I met Haywood, all I did was laugh. But one of the great stories about Haywood is we emceed an event at Rivercrest Country Club one time together, and it was an event where we raised a bunch of money. I mean, it was a bunch of money. I can't even remember what it was for. It might have been a festival thing or something. I don't know. But we're on stage together, and we're up there trying to sell something, and nobody's bidding on anything. Nothing. So Haywood just stops the process. He goes, I want to talk to every one of you trust fund babies sitting out there right now. You got money. Everybody in this room has slept with each other at least once. He goes, let's get the pockets money going. And God dang, you raised a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
After you did that.
I did it.
I thought everybody's just laughing their ass off.
Tell us about the last weekend in New Orleans with Haywood.
Ooh.
That was pretty. We were waiting for Haywood. And
We were going to that game, remember? We
Yeah.
stopped at Beau Rivage,
Rivage.
and we decided to do a call in. We were dead drunk.
Uh-huh.
Man. Been up all night, but sitting at the blackjack table, and we did the bid at the blackjack table.
I forgot about that.
And you passed out on air. I mean,
I did?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of went, it was a long slur.
I just
They
remember-
were there. They told
I
me.
just remember always hearing the stories of the lost weekend.
It was long.
It was pretty long. I'm already talking about the weekend he got married.
Yeah, that's the one I was.
Oh, that's the
thinking
one
of,
that
yeah.
we're sitting around waiting for the preacher to get there to do the ceremony. He walks through this gate to a New Orleans kind of courtyard. If you've ever been in a New Orleans, Royal Orleans, beautiful. I mean, you go from Bourbon Street, which is a kind of a blank hole, if you know what I'm talking about, and you open a gate and you walk into these courtyards in New Orleans. They're beautiful. They're fantastic. So the gate opened, and here comes a guy in a robe, barefooted, and he's there to do the ceremony.
He's a pizza delivery man.
And I said, he might have been.
I ain't backing that up.
I thought, I looked at it and said, this man don't have a chance. No, a chance. He brought his own plate in, so you put money in.
Yeah.
But that's the weekend we had. Well, it was a hell of a weekend.
Yeah. Great sure I remember it. That was old dude. I remember Max Spikes at Rivercrest program.
Oh, God dang, man.
We let him cut the cake. And he had this big giant machete type knife.
Yes.
And he goes to cut it and misses entirely. Go face down on the floor. It's just gone.
We were playing golf at Rivercrest one time. You remember we had about 10 or 12 people on the same tee box.
Yeah.
There's a 12th.
There was 12.
A 12th.
Perfect legal.
And we're all teed off.
Tiger Woods had some of those, didn't he? Some of those 12s.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he got the board.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we all teed off. It takes forever to tee off. And Max Spikes, who was the pro there, he comes up on the golf course. Stop it. You got to break it up. God knows Charlie Moncrief. Charlie came and goes, well, who says? Mac just got a cart turned around, right back to the clubhouse.
You had another issue at Colonial, didn't you? When you got in trouble for tearing up the green.
Oh, you remember that?
This was all, he didn't know what was going on. This is great. Anyway, Dow Finsterwald was a pro, and they were fixing to renovate that old golf course out there. So he called me over, Hal and I were playing in the scramble. And he weighs me over, come here. I go up there and he says, listen, I want you to miss this putt on purpose, and then I want you just to rip into the green. Like you're mad as hell at that.
And we were playing with two guys that flew in from Arizona.
Yeah.
You know, it was the Andy Glandy tournament is what it was.
Stiff shirts, suits. And we're sitting there. None of them knew I was going to do. So I go over there again. I got a putt from me to Steve. And I putt. Well, of course, I send it way over there. And I take my putter. God damn it! Start just ramming, and they're all just backing off. What are you doing?
Watch
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Watch
yeah,
that
about like
deal
that.
behind you.
Yeah.
Aaron
And then
Gilbert and
Dow goes down there. What are you doing, Sam? God, and he comes down there, man, like as bad as hell. They're all just, what's going on?
No, he drove up on
the green
in the golf
and the golf cart.
and does
It does a wheelie right there, and nobody knows what the hell. They finally, he's in tears almost. Just, oh my God, what's
we're
going
going
on?
to jail.
Yeah, we're going to jail.
No, it's all right.
And he finally broke the news. We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
I just can imagine how you are.
We're tearing up a PGA tournament grass.
Yeah.
Go to JPS.
You're pretty respectful of authority.
Hold on,
Well, yeah, well, and I thought, well, he was going through a divorce, and I thought he snapped.
John Hanson.
My first thought was,
So whose phone's gonna ring?
and my second thought was,
Oh, okay.
hey, what do I tell the police? And this was all serious, and then doubt.
Here comes Dow off the hill. He was going to kill them.
Yeah.
John
They're just
Hanson
backing
is
off.
fixing to call in
Oh, he is okay.
any minute.
Sam?
Sammy.
Sam
Really?
Sales.
And what's interesting, he says John Hanson. People that listen to the character, a lot of people
Sam
have
from
no
Sales
idea
is
who
gonna call.
John is.
Yeah.
But Sam from Sales, they know who he is.
Willie Landon.
Willie Landon.
The wacky Iraqi.
Wacky
Wacky Iraqi.
Elvis.
Elvis.
All
Yeah.
of us. That was young.
God dang it.
Best voice man there. Best straight man.
Yeah, he
right here.
Oh, I don't know about that. Sean and I'd sit there and write that stuff and pass it along to John and all. There are some of those bits that happened in a period of 5 minutes. And some we took 45 minutes or so to work on it to be fine, but we'd get down to some of those things. We're going on the air in 5 minutes, nothing done yet. And how it worked out, I don't know.
We always did it.
Always worked out.
And a lot of it was gold.
Yep.
Steve was the best. Right? So listening back to him,
Steve, did you listen to
because
Steve?
I've got a thumb drive full of them, and there's about like 12 hours worth of bits on there. And I was driving somewhere and just listened to it the whole way. And Steve was hilarious because if he had an Indian name, it would be Steve Bitkiller, because sometimes he would just laugh perfectly at the right time.
Yep.
But then other times he would just tank the bits. He just didn't think it was funny or I
So-
don't know.
And
So we turned that into a bit. With us, Steve? Yeah.
I remember telling you once,
Tyler.
you said you're not laughing.
He's not.
And I go, I didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah,
And
you
you
go,
go,
yeah, he said
there
it.
you go, well, you have to laugh
Yeah,
anyway.
it's part of the bit.
Pretend.
And so that bit turned into a bit. It was, but then there's be times when Steve would lose control and couldn't
Oh
stop
my
that.
God. Those are the best.
Those are the best because it's just totally.
He's in there pissing himself,
Uh-huh.
laughing, and just golly, that was the best.
Oh, the Green Bay Lions, Detroit Packers,
Yeah.
get those mascots all wrong.
Okay.
That was great.
We always ready for Steve to say names.
Your laugh was pretty fun.
He sounds like you punctured a snow tire. That's when he's laughing. It really when he was really laughing, he'd hit the console and do this. And that's when you knew he was really laughing.
Yeah.
I've laughed like that
That's
my whole
snow
life.
tire.
I don't
Yeah, he
know why.
did.
I told him last time.
No, it had nothing to do with smoke. I laughed like that before I started smoking.
What age did you start smoking?
19-ish. 19.
And why? Just
I was
thing
at
to
a,
do,
I was at
high
a party,
school,
and
or-
I was at a party, and I don't know. So yeah, high school.
because you were
I
still
don't-
hitting it pretty hard in the 80s.
Yeah.
You were late
Oh, you know, I
I
smoked.
love the story. Tell the story of how you quit.
I had a heart attack out of PK, and Josh was out there, and his wife Emery, God rest his soul. Josh was out there with us, and I started feeling this pain in my chest. I went to the house, And I knew what was happening. Josh did too. He said, Dad, let's get this. So we got in the truck and we called Mineral Wells, Palo Pinto County General Hospital head. In the ambulance, we met each other on, I guess, 180. Pulled over. I got out of the car and got into the ambulance all the way into Mineral Wells, Palo Pinto General Hospital. Dr. John Jones, to this day, and staff, I'll never forget him. We're in there, and I'm laying there, and the doctor said, do you know what has happened to you? I said, I think I had a heart attack. He goes, you're having one right now, too. I said, oh, I said, okay. He goes, do you know where you are? I said, Mineral Wells Hospital. He goes, do you know your name? I said, Hal Harbuck, which is my real name. Hal J is still a real name, but for this, I said Hal Harbuck. He goes, do you know where you've been? I said, Possum Kingdom Lake. He goes, tell me about your health. Are you a smoker? I said, no, sir, not at all. He said, have you ever smoked? I said, oh, yes, I used to smoke. He goes, how long has it been since you quit? I said, 30 minutes. And he started laughing.
Oh my
The
God.
nurses started laughing. I said, hey, let's get back to this. Come on. That's a very true story. Very true story.
Did they airlift it?
Yeah, helicopter, airlift.
And then you had another episode at the racetrack on Camp Wood.
That's when I hit the ground with. That was 4 years ago, and that was the bad. That's when my
Was
heart.
that before the heart transplant?
Yeah, that's what led to the heart transplant. The heart attack was 20 some odd years ago, and the bad part was 4 years. 4 years.
But one of your trips to racetrack, you'd stop and get your tea.
Yeah, get coffee.
Or coffee.
Yeah.
He's fallen. And he's conscious.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked the person working there, would you take my phone and call my wife to tell her something's happened to me? So Ann answers and he goes, Ann, I've fallen and I can't get up.
I was paralyzed. When I fell, I was paralyzed for just, you could feel the entire body tingling from the neck down. And so I couldn't move. And so, yeah, that's true. And
That was a different event from that event.
yeah, that was completely different.
You need to change gas station.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
And then you had the homeless guy in the back of your truck.
I wasn't homeless.
Hell,
Wait a minute.
that was when we lived in Red Bar, pulled into the stop. It was a stop and go at the time to get a cup of coffee. And I walked in, and as I was walking in, this guy comes blasting out of the stop and go. And he comes running out, and the guy that was behind the counter, I'm looking for him. He was down on the floor behind the counter. I went, oh, God, are you okay? He goes, I'm fine. That guy's nuts. He's nuts. I said, no kidding. He's nuts. But, I said, but are you okay? He goes, yeah. About that time, the guy comes back in, and he runs around. And how did he go? Did he hit the guy and ran out again? I said, call the police. He goes, I've already called the police. I'll stay here with you. No, I know you have to go there. He goes, police will be here in a minute. I go back out and get in my truck. And as I'm going down Ridgemore Boulevard, I feel this boom in the back of the truck. I thought, God, I hit a jogger. Because people would jog that early in the morning. And I looked in the rearview mirror, and here's that guy, somebody jump in the back of my truck. So I did a spin. I hit the gas real hard and spun the truck trying to throw him out. Went right back into the stop and go parking lot. And he was still, he's like he's glued to the back window. And he didn't. I had a shotgun. It was unloaded. We'd been done. And I had a shotgun in the truck, and I got it out. I had the gun with me in my hand. And about that time, the police were pulled up. I knew the police. He goes, Hal, what are you doing? I said, it's not loaded. He goes, put the gun up. Get that up. Well, they had to. What he had done is he'd been snorting cocaine. Oh. And I forgot to tell you, he was bleeding tremendously out of the side of his head right there.
Gunshot.
Not a gunshot. His wife had beat him over the head with an iron skillet.
Oh my God.
And the cop said he never even felt bad. He didn't hit. He's bleeding. But she had beat him over the head with an iron skillet. The only reason I knew this because he called me and told me what happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You remember that time you accidentally took Ann's keys and went to the station with them? And she needed them.
She had to have keys.
They had to have keys, and this was where Dick Siegel got involved.
Dick Sieg, I called him up. I had this idea. So Sieg came over to the radio station, landed at the station. This is when we're on Broadcast Hill on the east side of Fort Worth, out with the old Channel 5 building. He landed out there. I took him my keys to the house and everything. He got the keys and went up, got clearance from Carswell Air Force Base at the time. I had to get that, and flew over my house and dropped our keys out of the helicopter into the pool in the backyard, and then got keys so she could leave.
But more to that story.
Yeah.
She waved him goodbye with just one finger.
That's all true stuff. Yeah, exactly. But
That was
Go back
but
to-
none of this was these guys here. We had a very special deal. It was great, you know.
Man,
We all became best friends. We all became family, and I say that, although we don't do much for lunch or anything. They call me. every
yeah, you
now
quit
and
buying.
then. And
Yeah, and we're all on fixed
Yeah,
income.
we got-
You're getting a check.
I'm still
That's
getting a
right.
check, but no, I just by the time lunch or 1 or 2 o'clock, I'm dead tired. I mean, my day's over, and it's difficult. But I still love these guys. Always will.
All of you were there when Dick Siegel was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were kind of the days when you were doing the 2 shows with Dick.
Yeah, we did double shifts.
I used to listen all the time, in the morning and the evening. and-
Yeah. Dick was the best. Dick was the best at his job that ever lived. Ever. There's times when I wish the helicopter would crash with him in it. Teasing.
You know,
Everybody listening, I'm just teasing.
Somebody bought his house a few years ago and pulled up over here, so it had to be less than 9 years ago, and said, "Hey, I'm going to donate all this stuff to the museum." I said, "Cool, what is it?" It's all of the jokes, all of the photos, him and his helicopter.
You told me this.
Yeah, I've got it all
You
here.
got it all here.
It's all here. He left it, or I don't know what if he
Oh,
had
we need to
died.
see this.
Don't we though?
Yeah, we need to look at this.
Oh, it's got these little books and it's got these.
Yeah, he
notes.
wrote everything down.
Yeah, I've got it.
Everything. He was the most prepared to do a radio show I've ever done. But at the same time, he'd say stuff to make you so mad that, and I learned how to just blow it off because we were a team, and that happens sometimes. Even though the Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis's of the world, they hated each other sometimes, and so it's just like that. And I learned how to deal with it. He learned how to deal with me. One time we were in the control room together, and we had, I mean, our boss had to take us out of the control room and go down, and we went to Bronx to get ice cream.
What's the real story of the helicopter? Was it ever repossessed?
Yes.
No. What?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
He mortgaged everything.
He mortgaged
motorcycles, girlfriends,
Yeah, I guess it was repossessed.
and a bank
I can't- what's
changed,
it-
the
reason
bank
I-
changed ownership,
Yeah.
and
Reason
then they said, "You owe us for this helicopter."
Didn't the
Is that
station buy it?
the station bought it for him and gave
Yeah.
it to him
Oh, okay.
because he couldn't get any retirement. They would the cap cities would not hire pilots. They would subsidize them, or what do you call it?
Subsidize.
They would do but they would not hire pilots because of the liability. So they bought him the helicopter. That would have been his retirement, which was great. A really nice thing for them to do. That was Cap City's, I guess Cap City's ABC at the time. And
It got
but he would go out there,
repossessed.
huh?
It got repossessed
Borrowed against.
He borrowed against
because
me.
I've got the pictures. I guess he took them of them coming and getting it.
Oh my God! And him crying.
Oh no,
Oh.
he was using little 4-letter words.
Oh, good gosh.
He tried to keep it quiet. I remember that. And then all of a sudden, he started sounding different, and they're going, "What are you
Yeah.
doing?" Well, he was in the car driving around, feeling like he was still
Oh.
in the helicopter.
I forgot all that. That's right.
And he was sitting there giving wrong. He just make up traffic reports, and they'd be calling in going, Tell that dumb son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
I'm backed up for miles. What do you mean it's all clear on that third?
And then he eventually got a fixed wing.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
a few years, and then he had his heart condition, so he lost his medical, and
Yeah.
then
And that was the end of it, really. Yeah,
That was the end of it.
yeah, that was the end of it.
I went up with him a couple times in the fixed wing when I wasn't on the morning show or we were on vacation or something, and so I was up with him, and we're flying over downtown Fort Worth, and all of a sudden, two F-16s just screamed by us. I mean, wing level, feet from the plane. He goes, "Oh, that's all right. I know those guys." I'm scared. It scares the crap out of me. And then another time, well, I guess I went up with it 3 times, so there's 3 incidents. We're flying along in the fixed wing, and he's reaching back, and we're just like this all over the sky, and he's reaching behind him. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is there some fuel shut off or something that's not right? He goes, "Hey, babe," because he called everybody babe. He said, "Hey, babe, reach back there and give me that bag of Cheetos." And we're just flopping all over the sky.
He'd put that stick in the helicopter. He'd put it between his legs and smoke and drink and eat. Not drink alcohol. He never drank.
And then the other time I went with him, we're flying along, and he's tapping on gauges, which in an airplane that
scares you.
just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
He's tapping on the gauge. And we landed, was it Redbird Airport?
Yeah.
Land there. He gets out of the plane and pulls the remove before
Oh, the
flight.
Pito tube.
Yeah, off the
The Pito tube.
remove before flight tag off of that.
Uh-huh.
And then we took off and everything.
Yeah, it showed your airspeed.
Yes. And he had no clue what the airspeed was.
Yeah, then
And they were flying around.
I couldn't tell how fast he was going because the Pito, yeah, the little sleeve over the Pito tube. Yeah.
Well, he flew the helicopter by himself. Didn't he?
yes,
Yeah.
That's a lot of coordination
And-
just to fly and know where you are.
He was that good.
Wow.
He was that good.
Hal was talking about how he's so prepared. I was like, Sean, any chance I got to go fly with him, especially in that Jet Bell Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
I'd jump in the seat because they would take clients up that sponsored the traffic reports.
You just did it again. You said
Bell
Jet-
Jet Ranger.
You said
I reversed
Jet
it.
Bell Ranger.
Jet Bell Ranger.
And he's flying along, and he would have his index cards that were the sponsors of his commercials.
Got another highlight reel.
And this is what we did for 30 years,
Uh-huh.
almost 40. And he's looking with these cards to read his sponsorship. And he's taking the stick and he's got it between his legs and his feet are on the pedals, I guess. And I'm like watching him and I'm going, there's some power lines coming up here pretty quick. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I've never flown a helicopter, but
Learn
and
quick.
he, within seconds, boom, moved it out of the way.
He did teach me how to fly it. Yeah. I mean, not land it and take it off, but I can get up there. I can fly it and turn. And
Didn't you go on the
I didn't go the coast to
Jet
coast.
Bill course?
Oh, God dang it.
Did you
That
go
was
on
up
that
north.
with him?
Yes, that was up north in Oklahoma. And he goes, "Have you ever done this?" I said, "No." And Dick Yaws was with us. He goes, "Well, let's take him on this flight. He'll never forget." And so we're about 180 miles. I think we're about 180 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour. And it seemed like about 2 feet off the ground going through this pilot training course. It scared the crap out of me. I couldn't believe that you had to do that. Some pilots have to do that. But, I mean, he did it. It was fine. Do you know what I'm talking about,
I
Bob?
do. I had an opportunity. Bell was a great client at the Worthington Hotel.
Right.
And so they hosted myself and our sales contact with them out. And they, the pilot took us out, not up in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But they've got a similar area, just up in the mid-city somewhere.
Right.
And so we got a taste of that. I mean, just like what feels like 5 feet off the
Right.
ground.
I know we
and
weren't.
ripping through all of it.
Scares
And
you.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
You're pretty risk averse. I can't imagine what you're going through.
I don't like to take me. I've never been, I've never been one to.
Yeah.
So whenever you were flying, whenever you need to use the bathroom, did you just land someplace?
Yeah, he'd land and go take a leak out in the field somewhere.
'Cause I flew.
Hit on a woman and then go take a leak.
We landed at a Dairy Queen north of Denton one time
Yeah.
because he was out at Coca-Cola. So we landed at a Dairy Queen. and it brought the entire little community out going, what in the hell is happening? He just wanted to cope.
He rescued some people.
Oh, yes, yes.
I mean, he got some
Oh,
awards
he
for
got national
that,
recognition.
and that was
for that.
something.
Oh, he's a damn good pilot.
He hovered down
Really
on
had
top of
to
that
reach out
car,
to get 'em.
and he hovered down and right there. He's a hero.
How did you meet him? How did your
He worked for me when I was program director of KPLX.
works doing what?
Traffic. He was on KLIF, and I said, "Come on over to KPLX because KLIF worked." And so
But he wasn't in the helicopter.
he was in
just
a
doing
Bell.
traffic.
No, he was in a Bell 47. And if you know about a Bell 47, kind of if you can picture MASH, the TV series, the little bubble.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he was in originally.
You just brought up a name for the past, Dick Yards.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
come on right after Bill Mack.
Uh-huh.
Good Monday morning to you. This your old pal Dick Yards.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Farm and Ranch Report.
Oh yeah. Dick, yeah, great friend, great man.
I never met him, but Hal tells a couple stories about Nick Jones.
Well,
A better story about Bill Mack.
no, we can't go there.
I've already had.
Well,
We've already.
Tell,
We got to go there. Listen,
tell
so
the one-
he can't hear you now.
tell what you said when Dick Yaws had to use the restroom at the radio station.
oh, about the guy?
No, about the smell that emanated.
Oh, good.
My
Oh.
gosh.
That was Joe Halstead.
Oh, it's Joe Austin.
And I talked to John. I
A
still
little
talk
too
to
much
John.
fiber. What did he have?
Yeah, he had a little too much fiber. He had to go to the men's room. God, you could smell it through the entire
I said, I said it smelled like somebody shit in the intercom.
intercom. It did. It was unbelievable.
Was that in sardines?
Yes. He'd come and eat sardines
So
and jalapenos for breakfast.
the trip last week in Curacao, the brother-in-law is from Amsterdam or the Netherlands.
Yeah.
That's all he ate as a kid. And last week he peeled back, and I had a flashback to Joe sitting there in Curacao
Sardines.
with that smell of the sardines.
Let it go away.
He would put it on his crackers and
Uh-huh.
mustard.
It never goes away. But Joe was another one. He was the best at what he was. He was offered probably $1 million a year to fill in for Paul Harvey, just to fill in, and he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to go up to Chicago. But he was that good.
You're pretty much in the dream team of radio in
Right.
the Metroplex.
Oh, it was
I showed up in '86, and I'd come from Oklahoma City, and I thought I was kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm getting hired in a bigger market, and I've always used the analogy. It's sort of like minor league baseball. You start out in Class A in a small market, then you go to AA, AAA, which Oklahoma City would be AAA, and then I show up at BAP, and I'm cocky and thinking I'm kind of, like I said, a big deal. And all of a sudden, I start putting these pieces together. You're talking about Yaws. He had already passed when I got there. But then I got to work with Harris, who would come on, Don Harris. What was it? Good morning, Bright Eyes?
Yeah, that's-
would be
yeah.
his slogan. And then Don Day would sign off. I hate to say,
goodbye.
I
Because
say,
I just hate.
'cause
Hello, everybody. Because I just hate
Yeah.
to say goodbye.
and just all big time stars in the business. Bill Mack, I didn't really know who he was because he was working the overnights. But then I was like, this guy's kind of a big deal too. And then I had to put up with Dick, would do the OU jokes all the time, and I'd get thrown on to being an OU fan. So
I couldn't tell by your golf ball.
No, you get.
Yeah. That's thank you, Metro. Can we do plugs? Thank you for Ben King, the King family, Metro Golf Cars.
You've been friends with him a long time.
Advertised
Advertising
back
for a
when
long
I had a job.
Well, you're still advertising for him. That's good for you.
I am.
Good for you.
But yeah, it was a magical time. BAP had the Mavericks. We had the Rangers. The Rangers were not very good. It's fun to watch them now. Usually by August, we were already talking Cowboys football, and we're still you'd still be doing that.
I still talk to some of those guys. I still talk to Jeff Russell, Bobby Witt, And I still talk to some of those guys every now and then.
But their ownership now, Mr. Davis has spent the money, and it's fun watching them being competitive late in the season.
Yeah.
And you might as well jump on that bandwagon, because if you would have told me when I went in '95 to Phoenix, Arizona, this is going to be the last Super Bowl the Cowboys are going to be in your next 30 years, I would have said, I got $1,000, and I don't gamble on sports, but I'd have said, I got $1,000 that says you're wrong.
Yeah.
They'll win another Super Bowl or 2 or 3. Well, Jerry Jones he's magic at making money, but he will not let somebody else have control of doing.
Maybe with the Mavericks guy in there, maybe that'll change.
I don't know.
Hey, how about you guys are all in the broadcast business? Is Tony Romo done now? Just over.
I hope
he doesn't
not.
know.
I hope
That's
not.
a good guy.
Have you talked a lot about that?
No, yeah, we have, but there's not really enough to talk. For me, there's not a lot to talk about because there's no controversy for me. I hope he gets his job.
He hadn't
He
been
made a
convicted
mistake.
yet.
He made a mistake. Now the
I think
argument to
will be
that,
tossed.
the argument to that, yeah, I know it. The argument to that is that he made a mistake, but he could have killed somebody.
Yeah.
And there's
I think
very truthful.
I think the best meme I've seen is you've got Tiger Woods, Tony Romo in the back of a car, and
seen
John Daly driving,
I've seen
and
it.
got this grin on his face like, should have got an Uber, boys.
Yeah. I hope Tony I hope he gets the job back and does what Justin Timberlake did. He gets in front of the camera and faces it head on and admits it. As I screwed up. You remember when Justin Timberlake did that? And he immediately said, yeah, I did it. And I'm so sorry.
I'll tell you a story. I got a phone call from Galloway one time,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, Larry, do me a favor. Quincy Carter's in jail, and they won't take his credit card. It cost $100. I went over and bailed him out. But Randy Galloway, when Michael Vick got busted for the dogfighting deal, he immediately came on and said, do what Michael Irvin did. Donate all your money to the SPCA and ask for forgiveness. If you don't, you're going to prison. He went to prison.
Because he didn't do that, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He
do
did
it.
not. That's right.
Randy Galloway came out immediately and said,
To do that.
if anybody knows Michael Vick, tell him to call a press conference.
Hit it head on. Just hit it head on. So, yeah. And I hope Tony Romo, the season's coming up, gets on the camera.
They've already replaced him with somebody.
Yeah, they with what?
J.J.
Watt. J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
No?
Tony was so good because he could tell you the real deal, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You'd think that's the real deal.
I got to tell you how he getting there, how he wound up on the morning show to begin with. You're going to have to take me through this a little bit. But it all started with Bill Mack. It was on at night, Midnight Cowboy, and you were station manager.
That was the program.
Program director.
Yeah.
And you're driving back from Dallas.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you flip on and see how it's going at midnight. You're coming back late.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't recognize the voice, and whoever was on there was slurring pretty bad.
And I'm the boss.
Yeah, I'm the boss. So you pull in there and want to see what's the matter with Bill Mack.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go into the studio, open it up, there are beer cans, from here, all the way. Let's just take this table, just beer cans everywhere. And here's this guy sitting here, wasn't Bill Mack. There was a guy named, I think, Leo. The reason you knew his name was Leo is because it was sewed on to his gas station shirt he wore.
He ran the Texaco service station across I-30 on the Oakland exit.
And you come in there, and the guy's just drunk. He said, "Where's Bill Mack?" And he says, he's visiting a sick friend.
Sick friend just
comforting me, a sick friend. He'll be right back.
Yeah, that sick friend just happened to be right down the next exit at the what was it? Hampton Inn Suites or something.
Yo.
Yeah, whatever.
Yo.
His sick friend with his sick niece.
So I called up I called him up the next day. I said, Bill, gotta let you go. So Bill hung up on me and called my boss, Warren Potash. And Potash called me and goes, "You're not firing Bill Mack." I said, "Here's what he did." He goes, "You're not going to fire Bill Mack." I said, "Well, then you're in charge of midnight to 5. If I can't control it, you're in charge." And I knew what Warren was saying. He was a big Bill Mack. I walked in on Bill Mack one night about 1:30 in the morning, and Marty Robbins and Willie Nelson were in there with the guitars, just having a party. He didn't call in; they just dropped by, and then people would do that with
A
him.
lot of people would do that.
Oh, he was a superstar in country music. So Bill Mack deserved all the accolades as well. But God dang, he would get crazy sometimes. Woo!
But Potash said you're not going to fire him. In fact, you're going to be on the morning
Yeah,
show.
in fact, yeah. That's when Potash. He called me while I was on vacation. Wanted to know, did you hear what so and so did this morning? I said, I'm on vacation. I was up in Kansas. I said, don't call me anymore. I'm on vacation. I hung up
Who
on
goes on
him.
vacation in Kansas?
Well, I went up there. Something. My dad and my stepmother lived
I
up
know.
there. I mean, nobody in their right mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the Foothills are kind
Yeah, they are.
Interesting.
Oh, they are. No, they're not.
What?
What a great hike.
Oh, man, over
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
A lot of great hiking. So I got back and he said, "No, we're going to make a change in programming, but you're going to do programs." I said, "Okay, that's fine." And you know what's weird? Potash and I became great friends. We went to New York City together and everything. And Jimmy Arcara, who was Potash's boss and ran Cap City's communications out of New York, we went up there and was in his apartment overlooked Central Park. And Jimmy said, "You're here for a reason." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Would you like to work in New York City? Work here in New York?" I went, "Well, I've never really thought about it. I'm sure I'm honored that you're offering that." I said, "I just want to ask you one question." I said, "If I live in New York City, can I live similar to the way you're living right now? You know, I don't need to overlook Central Park, but can we work out a deal?" And in the middle of my sentence, he went, "No." I went, "Jimmy," I said, "I sure appreciate it, but I'm going to stay in Texas." Everybody started laughing, but it's dead serious. There's no way I was going to ride a train to work.
How long did you do mornings and afternoons?
11 years.
Did you pick Siegel or did Potash pick Siegel?
I did.
Okay.
I did because Potash wanted to. He thought about what I thought about.
Yeah.
Hiring him and getting the helicopter. I said, "Do it." I said, "He'll be a pain in the ass, but do it. He's the best thing." And he'd get up and fly with nobody else working.
are we
Here's
going to
another
run out
name
of
from the
time?
past one.
And
Recently, we were fishing together at Star Hollow.
Yeah, yeah,
Very stoked.
yeah.
I did not know Barry's story
What?
that he sold for WBAT.
Oh yeah,
and more Potash,
what?
and he had a
Oh.
big part in coming up with the business model
Uh-huh.
of co-oping
Yes,
and selling,
yeah, very
and
easy.
you pay half, and the Coca-Cola will pay half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Barry was doing very
Very
well
yeah.
as a salesperson. Would have probably risen up as a general
Yeah.
sales manager.
He got great
But
ideas.
all he wanted to do
Was
was
fish.
have his own TV show.
Yeah, but that's still
So he and Dave signed a contract with a guy in Fort Worth
to back him up.
and walked out the door. And 2 weeks later, the guy said, "I can't do this." And Barry and Dave,
That's right. Who was that guy?
he was somehow involved
Yeah,
in
I know.
marketing or TV or
I know.
something.
Yeah,
And so Dave or Barry then goes back into Warren, and Warren's like, "You're out of here," because you knew how he could be.
oh yeah,
And so that was the end of Barry and BAP. But then he and Dave just kept
Along
scraping
the way.
their way. And
yeah. Dave, I still think lives out in West Texas.
he does in Alpine.
The greatest fishing story, though, it happened in Colorado when Steve and I were fishing in Colorado. We were up there with the Dallas Stars, and
Which how you got there, I still don't know. You attended one game. I don't know that you even attended one game in their Stanley Cup season. But there you were in Vail.
I think I was at 2 dinners with Hal and Jim
Lights.
Jim Lights.
Yeah.
Mike's
Lights.
the president,
Yeah.
general manager. Yeah.
Jim Lights, golly. Anyway, we were up there, and Steve and I
We
decided,
were the Star Station
Yeah.
at the time.
but we had a break. We decided to get a guide.
No.
we
Here's
were
the
just
deal.
going to boat.
If you're gonna tell the story, let's tell it right.
Well, we had.
we went
Steve,
to
where's
dinner.
your cigar, by the way?
We went to dinner right there.
See, you never see him without a
Little
cigar.
chest is on fire now.
He's got it. Oh, there he is.
We went to dinner,
Uh-huh.
we're
Now the real Steve Lamb is down there.
we're at the bar, and you go, we've got an off day tomorrow. What do you want to do? And you go, I want to go fly fishing. And I go, well, I want to play golf. And you go, I'll flip you for it. So we flip.
So I ask him how much you
I
want.
I win, and he goes 2 out of 3. I flip again. I win again. He goes, I really want to go fly fishing. So we end up hiring a guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the boats are called where the guide's in the middle.
Oh, it was a center console type of. Yeah.
Well, it's not a motor.
Yes.
It's the river
Yeah,
is
he's
pushing
doing
you.
this. Yeah.
And I don't know if you were in the front or the back, but it has a brace you can lean against. If you're in the front, and in the back, you just lean back into it. Well, the guide, he's sitting so low in the boat, the water's not 4 feet deep, but cold as heck. And he can't see this small boulder that's sticking up, and the boat hits it. When it does, Hal takes the deal he's hanging on to and leans like this, like he's about to fall in. And I'm in the back, and it's like a slingshot. And I've got my cigar, and I go into the water, and I was like, God dang it, that was a good cigar, too. And I come up, and I still have the cigar.
Comes up with the cigar still right there in the mouth.
That was a great trip.
That was a great trip. That was
Your goalie, Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie Belfort was walking across the parking lot. I said, "Hey Eddie, not now, not now." I said, he said something like, "I don't have time."
Yeah, he blew you off.
He blew me. He blew us off. God, that was a fun trip.
We've had a lot of good trips, man. Just a lot of hanging. That's the
Hanging.
I
Just
can't picture other radio shows doing what we did, having as much fun and hanging off the air as much as we did. And
I think the boys on the ticket have done it. And
they've been together 40 years,
Yeah.
35, 40 years.
But they all wanted to be Hal J. Or
well, I mean,
they wanted to have a good time. They knew you had fun on the air.
Gordon Keith has talked about, because he's about the only one that still does bids. Now they fired, Bo Roberts and those guys. I think Gordon Keith on the ticket is the only one who does bids like we used to do, the same for sales.
And he's good at it.
And he is good at it. But
great.
I've heard him say many times that we were the direct inspiration for those.
Right.
That, he grew up listening to Hal, and
We had
Listening to Haywood.
We had lots of great stories.
If you're laughing in the studio, you're having a good time. Everybody's laughing in their car.
Right.
And I don't know how many rear enders they had, when John Hanson got on and started doing a bit. They would have all of a sudden people were having wrecks. They were laughing so hard.
And people will ask me, how did you do that getting up early? And I just, you have bills to pay. It's a job.
Yes.
And so you get out of bed at 3:30, whatever time it was, and started out. The drive was not that far to Broadcast Hill, which I love.
Easy.
And then Arlington, which we should have ended up in the ballpark, the new Rangers ballpark.
Then he met
the old one, Choctaw Casino.
Then he met Deborah and got there even early.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Dallas, and people would say, well, how do you do that? And I go, it's Hal J, because we get there, and he's at 4:30 in the morning. He's already telling dirty jokes. He goes, you hear about the priest?
I've got grandkids.
All they've got to do is go online, and they'll find stuff about you. So everything's online now.
Hudson,
By
speaking of that,
the way,
Hudson's he's already committed. I don't know. I hope it. He's going to play football at Oregon State next year.
holy cow!
Are you
Really?
kidding?
Wow.
TCU make a run at him?
All that's still coming to senior year, but they flew him up to Oregon State. Him and Emory went up there, and so proud to say he's going to be a tight end at Oregon State.
Dang.
Who's the coach over there?
I don't
So-
know. I don't
so
know.
how's commute from going from his house
Yeah.
to TCU?
Yeah.
Just get a little longer
He's gonna
going
get
to
it.
Corvallis.
Need to bring the golf cart. Yeah.
So I just got to find. It's like, every time I see Mark Cuban to this day, and I haven't seen him in a long time, but he'd walk in control. I said, please, can I use your jet this weekend? And he got to where he'd come in. a time or two, and just before anybody said anything, he'd say, "Hal, you can't use the jet." Before anybody said anything. So I'm gonna have to find somebody with
As you guys all
Talk to
know,
Hunter Ennis. I guarantee you.
Hunter in. I'll call Hunter.
Call Hunter.
as you guys know, Hal is the most likable guy
Stop it.
in the world.
Oh.
But
You want to sit next to him here? Go ahead.
he tells some
You can
great
rub the story.
stories.
I'm tired.
Of he was in a group with Mark Cuban, Jerry Jones, and
It's Mark Cuban, David Schwartz, and Ross Perot.
Ross Perot. That's right.
It was the opening of the American Airlines Center.
Which kind of hoity-toity guys. But they all loved Hal, and so Hal asked him.
So which one of you three have the most money in your pocket right now? And they all just did what you did. They chuckled. And I think it was Ross Perot that said, Cuban's the new guy with the money. It's got to be him. And sure enough, it was Mark Cuban. He had more money.
Oh, yeah, here's Steve.
It was Ross Jr., I should say, yes.
You want to count my wife?
See, now,
Steve's got
this is-
minimum $700.
First of all, here's $100.
That's
This-
the
see,
top bill.
this, huh?
Or the
I'm
ones
not
that-
even going to go in there.
Because we're
Wait a
gonna.
minute.
I'm in the golf cart with him.
Wait a minute. This
I
is
don't
how
want to
you.
get rolled on the way home.
This is how we would check the economy.
There's another one.
2, 4, 46. There's probably 400 in there. The economy's good, despite what the news says.
Deborah's economy is good.
Deborah's economy is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Is that your allowance?
I get an allowance. Yes. Serious note.
There's a girl that's her ass. She was basically almost an intern at BAP. And
Joe Hall said gave her a job.
yeah, she got hired. Well, she's done it right. She's done it right.
I thought she'd go national. Or she ever been offered a national job?
I told her she can go to New York, but I'm not going.
No.
Not going.
I got that.
Wow, she loves you.
No. I
Really?
don't want us to live in New York.
Can I still hit on her?
Life's too short. Go ahead.
Okay.
It hasn't stopped you.
Thank you.
Serious note. What are we, 5 years removed from a new heart?
Be 4 years January.
Wow.
4 years. Yeah.
And have you ever met the family?
No, I haven't. I've done a lot of soul searching on that deal, and I can't think. I've talked to the hospital 2 or 3 times, and they kind of said maybe it would be best if the family
Reaches out
reaches
to you.
out to you.
It is.
Because if I reach out to them, I'm going to remind them that somebody died so I can live.
As big as you are, I guarantee the donor had 4 legs.
With
I will tell you one thing, but after about 2 days after I got the heart, I'm still in the hospital. Things are good. I've tried to recover. It's a major league trying to walk and everything, but I wanted jalapenos on everything. I wanted jalapenos on everything. Ice cream. I wanted jalapenos. And
To
heard one of
see
the
if
nurses.
you could taste.
It was a craving. And heard one of the nurses talk about how the heart came in from Arizona. So I said, if it came from Arizona, it may have come from a Hispanic man or somebody from Arizona who grew up eating jalapenos, and it's in their DA system, and I inherited some of that. Well, they don't know that for a fact. They've researched it, and they can't find out if you also inherit DNA from another organ. But I still think that's what happened.
Well, with the socks you're wearing, you might have been a little light in the horses.
See 'em?
Look, yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah. Tough to miss those.
Those,
So do you still
those
have
aren't.
that? You still have that craving?
$30 at the square shop. I do know that.
Ann would not put jalapenos on ice cream. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it.
That's wild, man.
Isn't it? And now I got over it. You know,
Any weird like dreams or
I sleep and dream better than I've ever done in my entire life. I
Yeah.
learned to sleep on my back in the hospital
Uh-huh.
like that, and kind of at an angle. And I've got a sleep number bed, and that bed will come up a little bit. You make it however you want.
Right.
And I sleep on my back.
We're just sponsor it.
No, I don't have. They're not a sponsor anymore. I'm just telling you what I have. It can be any bed. But this one,
I hydrate with my pure water.
Yeah.
And I get in my sleep number.
Larry, you need to have this sponsored. You need to
Stop
get
it.
Ozarka or somebody in here.
Stop it. But I sleep very hard and very good.
And
I'm gonna sleep.
like
I'm gonna
any the whole DNA thing is really fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
Because I've always wondered about
Yeah.
that.
And they do. They still research that.
Yeah, so it was just any, etherical kind of
I don't.
visions or
that
dreams
kind of-
or that kind
no.
of stuff. That
Nothing.
might
No
have some
dreams.
connection
Or,
to that person.
no, not that I know of.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have nerves of bow yards too?
Working
Well,
by world.
Send your complaints, Larry O'Neill.
There he is.
More memories. Don't leave me alone.
But you were in the hospital for a long time.
35 days.
Yeah.
Before you got
Yeah,
the
35 days. I was there. In
Man,
the
there was 2 times with your heart, man. August 20th, you're a company guy. 8:20, you had the heart attack.
Yep.
And
That's right. I forgot about that.
I remember my daughter and I went. My daughter and I went to the movies, and when we came back, there were 36 missed calls from Ann on my phone.
You knew.
Shit, what happened? Yeah, that was terrifying. And then, man, I just remember sitting in the studio crying like a baby when I said, "You're okay."
That's, I'll start again. I'll start. Don't start. Don't. But yeah, in the hospital 35 days, and those nurses and doctors, they become family.
Yeah.
I love them. I would lay it down for any of them because what they did for me, there was nothing off limits. They would nothing. They would touch you anywhere. They would do anything to you. I'm not trying to get dirty or sexy here, but they knew me better than I knew. And I went back for after a year. I went back for a visit to see who was still there, and most of them were still up there. We all hugged and everything. And one of them said, "Mr. Harbuck, do you know? I can remember the last time I saw you. Do you remember the last time I saw you?" I said, "No." She goes, "I was giving you a sponge bath." I went. I thought I recognized those hands.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that mole on your teeth?
Yeah. And she started laughing, and
What hospital were you
Baylor Scott and White Dallas.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I want to bring something up. This is the 40th year for Larry's kids. Like last year,
Okay.
we had a little lull.
Uh-huh.
Charlie Guerin's on my board. He called Deborah. Deborah
Uh-huh.
pulled it on the air, and the traffic picked up. So if you could, it's December 12th this year.
You got my phone number. You got everything. You just call.
Farrington Field. And if
Okay.
anybody would like to come and volunteer, it's a great cause.
Okay. What
They
is?
don't have to fill out anything. They need to buy.
I'm in.
We've given away 20,240 bikes in 39 years.
Oh, my grandson has helped there.
Oh, yes.
Hudson has been down there to help
Yes.
Larry's kids. That's
Yes.
right. Yes. Yes, he's done. He said it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll come with you next year. We'll do it.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
It's December 12th,
Okay.
Saturday morning,
I'm in.
Farrington Field.
I'm
If you
in.
don't have
We're all
Ryan,
in.
she helped us out. Charlie said, I'll get us somebody. I'll call Deborah out.
Yeah. Well, we'll all be there.
It'll only be 75 degrees now, so it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But Hal will want to call Deborah, so let him have that.
I'm on the same table with Deborah.
Maybe we
I love
do
her to
a remote.
Yeah, we can do a remote.
I love her to death. All right. Very good. Guys, I hate to do this. I have to leave. You know where I'm going?
No, I thought you were going to say my bladder's about to.
No, actually not. Actually, and that's another procedure I had done. A Turk procedure.
TURP.
Uh-huh. You know about it?
Transurethral resection of the prostate. I was a nurse.
Doctor. Is that right?
I just had too much
Doctor.
sugar. I didn't have Turk or anything.
I'm getting up 5 times a night to
How
pee.
old are you?
61.
61?
Oh,
Let me tell you right now. It's weird. Have your prostate really checked. I don't mean the finger. I mean
I'll do it.
the blood working on it. Because mine got
part.
mine got too big, and they had to go in basically and trim it.
Last
Because-
time I had a checkup.
I had 5 UTIs in 1 year.
Last time I had a checkup, I really, because I am getting up 3-4 times a
Yeah.
night to pee.
Check.
And I'm like, check that prostate.
Yeah.
We really don't need to do that anymore.
Well,
Make sure.
no,
And I
doctor,
said,
no, don't
please,
believe-
please. And I'm begging this
Yeah.
nurse practitioner to please do it. And she said, sir, first of all, this is a dentist office, so please.
I'm leaving. Larry, another one. Thank you.
Yes.
I love you dearly.
Thanks,
I love you,
everybody.
buddy. I love you.
Right.
Steve,
All right, it's been
Al,
great.
Haywood, Sean,
Bob,
and Rick.
And John
And,
Hanson, tell him goodbye.
John Hanson,
John,
this
John.
one,
What happened?
Great seeing you,
What happened,
John.
Johnny?
he didn't connect.
Oklahoma golf cart.
Steve
That's
Lane.
Steve's, that's
Is it?
Lambo's. That's
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, all you gotta do is holler,
You went
move
to
it.
Oklahoma.
See y'all later.
Yeah.
College?
Thank you.
did?
Thank you.
Yeah.